Assalamualaikum. My name is NATASYA Binti ANUAR and I am from N4CS2484B1 and my student ID is 2021172775.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL dan FARISHA binti RHMDAN and my student ID is 2021115051.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NorFatehah binti Hairuddin. My student ID is 2021340833.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL and SHAHIRAH binti AZRI. My student ID is 2021149309.
For this Univariate Modeling Techniques project, we are decided to choose Focus Point Holdings, which are known as a holding company for investment. Focus Point can be divided into three direct subsidiaries, which are the first one is Focus Point Vision Care Group Sdn Bhd, which operates a professional eye care center Sdn Bhd and holds investment. The next one is Focus Point Management Sdn Bhd, which manage franchise professional eye care centers. And the last one is AZRI Laser Eye Center Sdn Bhd, which provides medical eye care services. There are few names for the Focus Point Professional Eye Care Centers, which are Focus Point Optical City, Opulence, DANIA, iPhone, AZRI, and Solaris as of June 1st, 2010. Not to forget that there are 74 professional franchises of Focus Point worldwide. For the research objectives, there are three research objectives that we can include in our Univariate Modeling Techniques project. The first one is to study the pattern of price change of Focus Point Holdings Bhd. The second one is to determine the most suitable model to be used in making accurate forecast between net forecast, average change model, single exponential smoothing, and Holt's method. And the last one is to forecast one step ahead for the close price of Focus Point Holdings Bhd.
Next, I will present data description. We obtain data based on 3 years of the close price for eyewear and eye care products, which is Focus Point Holdings Bhd in monthly. The data start from January 2019 until November 2021. The sample of size is 700. Based on the graph shown below, the pattern shows the trend line as the line keeps increasing and decreasing. The pattern of the graph has a stable movement of increasing and decreasing as for the year 2019 until February 2020. Starting March 2020, the line pattern shows that the close price of Focus Point experiencing a random shock for a short-term memory until the end of first quarter of the year 2021. Next, method of analysis. There is 4 methods of analysis at here, which is net forecast, average change model, single exponential smoothing, and Holt's method. The first method is net forecast. This model strongly believes that what happens today will happen again tomorrow or any other times in the future. Let the variable be yt and the corresponding value at time t equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 until t. Hence, mathematically, the model can be represented as ft plus m equal to yt. This model works best when the actual historical data series contains no discernible pattern. It performs well in series which exhibits a slow change in the fluctuations. Sudden change in the current data would severely affect the accuracy of the forecast value. The second method is average change model. This model is widely used by organizations because of its stability and practicability. It is based on the premise that the forecast value is equal to the actual value in the current period, plus the average of the absolute change experienced up to the point in time. This model is most useful when the historical data being analyzed are characterized by period-to-period change that are approximately of the same size. The average change model can provide useful short-term to intermediate-term forecasts when the actual time series is dominated by a consistent pattern of change. The third method is single exponential smoothing. Single exponential smoothing, also known as simple exponential smoothing technique, which requires only one parameter, the smoothing constant to generate the fitted value and hence forecast. The equation for single exponential smooth statistic is ft plus m equal to alpha yt plus y minus alpha ft, where alpha is the unknown smoothing constant to be determined with value lying between 0 and 1. This best alpha is the one that results the smallest mean squared error. The last method is Holt's method. Holt's method, also called Holt's two-parameter method. This method frequently used to handle data with linear trend. It not only smooth the trend and the slope directly by using different smoothing constants, but also provide more flexibility in selecting the rates at which the trend and slope are tracked. There are 3 equations used in this method. This is the equation where the value of alpha and beta range from 0
Next
to 1.
is the analysis and result for Part A. Figure above show that the actual price of focus point starting from 2nd January 2019 to 5 November 2021. It can be clearly seen that the price of focus point is increasing from 0.095 in January 2019 to 0.73 in November 2021. The highest peak in February 2021 with a value 0.895, while the minimum value is in January 2019 at 0.095. The graph contains trend component and irregular component but no identification of seasonal and cyclical component exists. This is because of major turning point. When there is change in government in year 2020 and also in 2021, so there is change in policy that make the direction of close price changing. Then, knife forecast for Part B. Figure 1 show the fitted and actual value of focus point using knife forecast. The component axis is trend and also the two type of lead line show a similar pattern. The MSE estimation is 0.000452862 and MSE evaluation is 0.000292714. Meanwhile, the value of MAPE estimation is 3.07276984 and MAPE evaluation is 1.55188437. Moreover, for average change model, Figure 2 show the fitted and actual value of focus point using average change model. The component axis is trend and irregular component and also the two type of line show a similar pattern. The MSE estimation is 0.0008 and MSE evaluation is 0.00046. Meanwhile, the value of MAPE estimation is 4.512722 and MAPE evaluation is 2.0353788.
By using this equation of single exponential smoothing, we could get data for our graph. Based on the figure 3, it shows the fitted and also the actual values of focus point by using the single exponential smoothing. The component that exists in this graph is trend and also irregular component. This is because it shows the upward and downward movement along the graph line, and also have two types of line that shows a similarity pattern. The MSE estimation is 0.00045 and MSE evaluation is 0.00029. Meanwhile, the value of MAPE estimation is 3.06669 and the MAPE evaluation is 1.5538. By using the MSE evaluation, we can identify the solver of alpha, which is 0.9497. The MSE and also MAPE evaluation for a single exponential smoothing is the lowest value among the 4 type method that we use to obtain the focus point data. As for Holt's method, we use 3 types of equation to obtain our data. The similarities of the trend appear in figure 4, which is describe the fitted and actual values by using the Holt's method. The MSE estimation is 0.00047 and MSE evaluation is 0.00031, whereby the value of MAPE estimation is 3.28 and MAPE evaluation is 1.6155. By using the MSE evaluation, we can identify the solver of alpha 0.94 and the beta is 0.1.
To sum up, we need to decide which among the 4 models will be our best model for this project. We have used error measures to compare between a poor focus model and a good focus model, as a good focus model is the one that generally generates good focus values. We have decided to use mean square error and mean absolute percentage error to perform this project. Based on the table here, it stated that single exponential smoothing is the best model with the value of 0.000292, which has the smallest value of mean square error among the 4 models. As we can see from the value of mean absolute percentage error, we can conclude that single exponential smoothing is the best model with the value of 1.55388,763. With the value of mean square error and mean absolute percentage error given, It indicates that single exponential smoothing is the best model among the naive forecast, average change model, single exponential smoothing, and Holt's method.